welcome back to the channel and another Scooby-Doo reaction. We are back with episode 14 and the final episode of What's New Scooby-Doo Season 1. Already the end of the first season, which is pretty crazy. Last time we reacted to Pompeii and Circumstance, which we rated 4 out of 10. Hopefully this finale will give us a lot more juice. There was a 1-month time skip between episode releases. We are now on Unnatural, released on March 22nd, 2003, episode number 14, series episode 218. And the premise, the gang goes to a baseball stadium to see Luis Santiago break Cab Craig's home run record. However, the ghost of Cab Craig haunts the stadium, putting both the players and the teams at risk. And the game at risk, I mean. So very excited for this one. I remember watching this one when I was a kid. I think I will remember this one, but we'll see. I'm not really sure. So, some continuity. Velma calls Scooby a ham when he's dressed as Mr. Grizz, which she called him several times in the original series. And then Fred's surname was revealed in the new Scooby-Doo mystery episode, Happy Birthday Scooby-Doo. And then some trivia. This episode is a semi-remake of the episode The Ghost That Sacked the Quarterback from the Scooby-Doo show. Both happen on a sports field on the night of an important event at a stadium built on top of the old version. One of the main differences between the two episodes being that the first episode focused on football instead of baseball. And then the What's New Scooby-Doo tune plays when Scooby dances as Mr. Grizz. And then during this scene, Velma says, "What a ham," in reference to Scooby's performance, which she often did in Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, whenever Scooby pretended to have a cold or a sore foot. Yeah, I do remember that, which is pretty fun. And then one of the baseball players looks exactly like Fred. And then this episode features baseball catcher Mike Piazza as a guest star. All-star baseball catcher, one of the best hitting catchers of all time. And this is the only episode he appeared in. Now he's currently 56. Nice. Okay. I didn't know they would have an actual guest star. That's awesome. And that's going to do it for me, so let's get right into the episode. Yeah, there was Luis Santiago. And there's Cab Craig. Little swimming baseballs, baby. I remember this. Well, there's a baseball player who looks exactly like Fred next to Mr. Grizz. Nice, good joke, Shaggy. Oh, okay, so he used to be a pitcher. We already have some disgruntledness. Oh, and now he's also in a slump. Okay, gotcha. Sounds good. Got flirted with by the food staff lady. Nice. Oh, there's the... Okay, he put pretty quick. Wow, that's a lot of damage already. At a national event, too, so there's probably like 80,000 people at that game. I love how they immediately made their way into it as on their reputation alone. Publicist, okay. So another suspicious person. He reminds me... She sounds exactly how a publicist would sound in this era. Yep, so basically timed it right with the technology and everything. Burying it for later. Oh my gosh, of course they happen to find it. Oh, I remember this. This was legitimately creepy when I was a kid. Just that eerie feeling of all the old stuff just at the bottom of it. Same thing with Futurama, Old New York. And the sauna is still working somehow. Good job, Fred. It's an old, dilapidated place, but we're still going to count it as he broke that doorknob, so probably 30 bucks for Fred? Good job. Yep, radio broadcast. Bob Taylor with him, and he's a commentator now. Okay, so another suspect. So we have like 5 already. He absolutely destroyed those bleachers. That's like $100,000 worth of damage. Just with one wrench screw and undid them. Gotcha, okay, so Publicist now has some more clues against her, which means it's definitely not going to be her. Going for the old disgruntled pitcher that got fired, and now the mascot because he only appeared in one scene, and then as well as the commentator since he only appeared once. That's a massive jump in the rain, gang. Now Scooby's the last one left. Theoretically, he should be able to do it easier. Good job, Fred. Nice. That could have been legitimately bad. Fred, you almost killed him, dude. Why are they just a random pickle barrel just in the locker room? Oh, gotcha. I remember now. Oh, and there he goes, Quentin. Dog groomer. Okay, so now he appeared once again and just randomly started talking to him about his backstory. Oh, they're all joining up the team. Okay. Nice, Mr. Grizz. Kind of Yogi Bear style, which is interesting. Still a lot of people in the stands, though. Holy crap. Wow, that's all it takes. Nice. Good job. Way fast. Nice. Love it. With the way that system works, though, it goes from fast to way fast, so there's no technical off button, which is interesting. That's one way to capture him. Good job. Okay, so that literally just the backstory that we learned about 30 seconds ago. best friend stand forever. So basically cementing his being nice to his legacy. That's not terrible. Oh God, we finally. I think I'm in love. Seeing that sandwich is enough to make a grown man cry, man. It's been so long. Oh, that's the professional catcher that was the guest star. Only appeared in the last part of it, though. Nice. Immediately got over the yips. Good job, boyo. Except we don't say the yip. Sorry about your record, man, even though you just got arrested for that. Yeah, so that was an interesting one. First and foremost, we finally have another weird food item. The last time we had a weird food item was in Zombie Island, and before that was Pup Name 3, Episode 2. So I'm very, very excited that we finally have something else that we can discuss or have on the subscriber special. Caramel corn, salted peanut, cotton candy, chocolate malt sandwich. Great stuff. And another Shaggy love interest, because he always gets those femoids interested. I'm just kidding. And then we had some property damage for Fred. $30 for destroying that doorknob, even though it was only an old dilapidated catacomb area. We're still going to count it, so that brings his total up to $150. And ending off the first season, Fred's at $150, Daphne $13.10, Velma $12.50, and then Shaggy and Scooby at $10,250 apiece. And then Scooby Snacks Ian, Shaggy's at $3.12, Scooby's at $2.19, so it hasn't changed since last episode. And for me, for this episode, I think I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. I did like a lot of it. I still remember as a kid, so nostalgia is definitely playing a big factor. If I didn't have nostalgia, it'd probably be a 5 out of 10, to be honest, but I do have that because it's one of my episodes. Like the kid and legitimately creepy whenever they were going through the catacombs when I was a kid, just because how dark and spooky it is. Like similar to what I was saying in the episode, just that kind of just vibe of all this is happening underneath, like similar to like if you go snorkeling with goggles on in the ocean kind of thing and you look straight down. Just a bit of an eerie, creepy vibe, which I enjoy, especially for this episode. So 6 out of 10, and the best friend trying to cement his legacy, but going about it in an insane way by throwing flaming fireballs at everybody. And absolutely, he probably did like $1 million worth of property damage with those bleachers, unscrewing one thing, and then all those bleachers, and then of course breaking all those lights, and then just in general getting all those fans scared and worried, and probably could be trampling and all kinds of stuff. So definitely a bit destructive. Almost fully killed Scooby until Fred saved him because he was opening up the awning, and then Scooby almost missed the jump until Fred jumped over and picked him up, and then Fred almost killed him back. I guess he didn't like Scooby seeing him in danger like that by shaking him around. That could have been bad too. All's well that ends well, of course, in the Scooby-Doo franchise. So for me, that's going to end off the first season for What's New Scooby-Doo at a 6 out of 10 on average. Our lowest score was a 4.4. And then our highest was There's No Creature Like Snow Creature, which we rated a 7.5, which some of our highest episodes are in there because that's the one that I had on a DVD, those first 4. Average score ending off the first season at 5.68, which is going to be the highest score so far. Besides the Scooby-Doo show season 1, which we rated a 6.06. Actually, no, the whole Scooby-Doo show is actually rated higher. I didn't expect that because I know What's New Scooby-Doo is my favorite series because that's the one I grew up on. So that's interesting that I technically, by the numbers, I like the Scooby-Doo show more. Interesting. So we'll see how the rest of the What's New Scooby-Doo franchise pans out. Well, next week we'll be reacting to season 2. They kind of released them in the same year for season 2, so we're just going to be continuing straight on. I'll see you guys next week for the start of season 2. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day.